Got it.
Got it. Indeed. That's actually what the notification says.
Yep.
You got it? Yeah, I do. I got it.
I understand.
Yo, let me tell you what I don't understand now. So I have 2 accounts with Best Buy. And one of them, I just recently charged something on it and I needed to make a payment, but it wasn't on my account. So I called Best Buy, try to get synced because for some reason it's like, this is already tied to an account. You can't add this card, screw you. So I'm going through this whole process. I can't get a representative. I'm on there for a minute, right? Like I'm like representative. I'm hitting buttons. The junk hung up on me a couple times, like, well, we don't understand you. Goodbye, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. So finally I get somebody. They said, our system is down. You can call back tomorrow. Let us know if we can help you in any other way. I was like, how did you help me today? And she was like, well, I mean, we can't do nothing. I was like, well,
so
maybe
you actually spoke to someone and they said that?
She answered the phone saying, our system is down, call back tomorrow. Sorry, we couldn't be of help to you today. And I was like, no. And instead of me being like, okay, I was just like, no. I've been on hold. Like, how dare you? I was like, how's that helpful? Well, we can't do nothing. Then why'd you pick up? And you gonna have me call back? You know how long it took me to get here? Well, I can't do anything. I know. And then she's like, well, if there's anything I can else do for you, let me. I was like, do better.
That's what you can do. You can do better.
Like, I understand at a certain point there's a customer service element, but then at some point you just gotta be like, yeah, you're right. Like, oh, please let us know how we can best serve you. Oh, by doing your job. That's how you can do it. The bare minimum. Please.
So did you get help? And when was this?
No, they didn't get help. I had to troubleshoot that shit myself. I Googled some stuff and finally got it working. And actually, if anything, improved it. But I will tell you, it's in my time, I've worked with 2 different individuals who has been very unhelpful. And I have very full confidence that I could apply to that job and run the whole department.
Did you leave a survey response giving them a 0?
I was looking for one. I asked her too. And she was like, no, we don't do those. I was like, yeah, you're okay.
Sure you don't.
Well, okay. Like,
everyone does those.
Let me get an email. I was like, I'll tell you about yourself. I told the car dealership. I called him. I was like, man, I don't like the service. Like, I left it on his voicemail. I was like, I don't like the service I got. FYI, if I get a survey, don't be surprised. And I never got a survey. But I told him straight up, I was like, look, man to man, I'm gonna let you know. My service was shiesty. I was like, if you want to call me back and apologize, I'll receive it. But if I don't, let me get a review.
Yeah, I'm a survey filling out guy. Like, I fill out surveys and get exclusive access to all kinds of things all the time.
I will cook all day, bro. Because at this point, it's like, I'm not happy. And you gonna leave me alone in my thoughts? Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna cook you.
Thumb thugging, here I come.
And I know how MPSs work too. So there's no like, 3, 4, 5. No, 0. It's either 0 or 9. It's no middle. It's either one or the other. If I don't feel like you hit a 9, you're getting a 0. I'm letting you know I'm unhappy, bro. You get one or the other.
If you're unhappy with the service, like, I'm not looking to find a middle ground or smooth it out. It's like, no. This wasn't it.
I want to ruin y'all reputation. Yeah. I want somebody in corporate to be like, what the fuck was that? Why are we in MPS of 1? Who's sending a 0 survey? Why are they upset? How often do they come here?
They're gonna mess around and block you from re-entry to the store.
No, seriously. I want that type of energy. I want the energy where I call them like, yeah, I like to make an appointment, and they'd be like, we can't service you at this location no more. Yes. And then I'm gonna still drop it off.
Okay.
That's the energy I want. Stay toxic.
That's the Sir Nigel dark gray triad energy right there.
No, all the way energy. I'm gonna let you know right now. I need quality service. That's what I need. That's what I want.
I mean, I appreciate that. That's a need and a want that I have for myself as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. But I guess we could jump right into it.
Go to it, sir. Go to
Awesome. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Don't Judge Me podcast. You're today with Sir Nigel House of the Wave Files from the Dark Gray Triad. Always looking left because I'm not right. I was supposed to add something to this. I forgot what it was. I'm not right. Beep, bop, boop, boop. All right. Well, that's what it's gonna be for this week. I'm here with my main man with the master plan.
Oh man. Boop, boop, beep, bop. First and foremost, thank you, the jury, for joining us and listening to the Don't Judge Me podcast, where it is absolutely your pleasure to make our acquaintance. I just want to remind you that you can reach out to our podcast courtroom by doing one or all of the following. Leave a voicemail at 410-834-1562. Send us an email at don'tjudgepod@gmail.com or hit Sir Nigel on his House of Wave Files messaging system on WhatsApp at Don't Judge Me Podcast. Then anything and everything you say and or write will then be brought up to fellow jury members and you will be judged accordingly. Also, if you'd like to get a little more time with us, visit our YouTube page at Don't Judge Me Podcast, where we are currently streaming. And with that out of the way, I'd like to get this show in session and hopefully break for recess before things really get out of hand, because we shall proceed to continue to judge in life. I mentioned that they can reach out to us by email, WhatsApp, or voicemail. And I guess we got a couple voicemails to play. So let me go ahead and share my screen.
Nice.
Find the right one. And let's get jiggy with it.
Don't Judge Me podcast. This is Jared, aka Jalapeno J, one half of the hashtag Blackout Podcast month. All right, I'm going to stop with the Jamaican accent because it was Jamaican and Hindi and I don't even know what else. Anyway, what's up, fellows? Hopefully y'all are doing well. J Del Negro, Nigel, what's up? Yeah, I'm driving through balmy Utah. Today it is 43 degrees, so it's a hot one outside. I'm going to go ahead and whip out the shorts, T-shirts, go do some yard work. Actually, I can. It's still snow all over the place. Anyway, calling you back, listen to the episode. Yeah, I respect your take on Kanye and his daughter dressing up as Ice Spice on TikTok. Respect both your opinions. I would not want my daughter dressed up like that, acting like that. She's in the car with me, by the way. Also, I heard you say something about the coldest jalapeno or something like that, and then talking about jalapeno jam. Just be on the lookout. I used to actually sell a raspberry bacon jalapeno jam back in the day whenever my hookstrap business started. I would make it, bottle it, sell it, and it sold like hotcakes. Actually really good on hotcakes too. But it got too much to produce and I stopped making it. But maybe I have something else cooking up with that right now. The thing I wanted to talk to y'all about was words that the ancestors won't let me say in songs. And I'll call you right back and finish that point.
Words that the ancestors won't let him say in song. So before I play the next voicemail, I am curious, Sir Nigel, are there any words that the ancestors won't let you sing in songs?
Depends what ancestors you're talking about. My daddy's side, maybe. my mama's side, probably not. But I just imagine at this point, you know, on Wakanda, how he in the purple like trees and shit. Like that's like he's there with a mixtape and they like smack that shit out of his hand. Like, don't you dare spitting Wu-Tang in here. Or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I think Dolomite records are what the ancestors would shame me for, but I do find them enjoyable because he was spitting.
Remember that song that was like, I'm a boss joint and I'm all about Plan B. Remember she was like at the Planned Parenthood parking lot rapping.
The girl?
Yeah,
the video with the girl?
Yeah, like that joke. I feel like they'd be like, you ratchet, bro. Like, why are you listening to this? Because I mean, lyrically, she was actually all right. So I'd probably like, but no, I mean, like that'd probably be my line, or maybe the wings and pizza. You remember that joint, the WAP? Maybe they're like, your fat ass, go to the gym. We didn't leave you a fantastic bloodline for you to be eating with.
So someone shared a reel with me on Instagram, and it was like a video of a guy in a place. I think it was like an aquarium or something, and it said like "Don't touch the screen," but it was like there were monitors, not actually like a screen with glass behind it. So it was an underwater scene, and it just had some fishes and shit swimming through, and it was like "Don't touch, don't touch, don't touch," and the guy kept touching the screen, and the next thing you know, a shark flies towards the glass, right? And he's startled and he falls back. And all I could think of was like, that's what your fat ass get, because it was just this fat ass white boy. And it was just like his fat ass just fell. And I was like, you shouldn't have touched that shit.
No. And I bet you there was somebody probably in the background, like, get them. Like they probably baited because they know people probably purposely will, because most people, if you see don't do this, they do it, right? So it's like, oh yeah, we about to get this motherfucker right here.
And I think it was actually enjoyable for me because he was fat.
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, your fat ass. Like it was just like I just meant it so much. You fat motherfucker. That's what you get.
Exactly what it is.
Racism. But I'll play the part 2 to his clip.
Hello. Okay. So the point that I'm trying to make about words the ancestors won't let me say.
Hold on a second.
Lyric.
Little nasty. Nasty work going on right there. Let's try it again.
Hello. Okay. So the point that I'm trying to make about words the ancestors won't let me say, at least lyrics from songs, we'll call it that. And maybe you could chime in with your own. So this morning, as we're driving, listen to the radio, Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake came on. And I literally just, it just dawned on me what the words are in the chorus, where he says, dirty babe, you see these shackles, baby, on your slave. I'll let you with me if I misbehave, because no one makes me feel that way. So that part right, that little blurb that I just said, I feel bad because the ancestors are looking at me now saying, what you talking about, Willis? But when I heard that and it finally dawned on me what it said, I know this song is years old. So yeah, it's definitely my fault that I didn't know it earlier. But when I heard that, I was like, what, would the ancestors want me to repeat those terms, those phrases, those words? I don't think they would. What about y'all? What do you think about that? Are there any other songs that are mainstream hip-hop, R&B, whatever it is, that have similar lyrics that the ancestors would try to prohibit you from saying? Anyway, once again, Jared, a.k.a. Jalapeno J, tripping through 43, well, not warm and balmy 43 degree streets of Utah, and I'm looking out. Peace.
I also like the fact that he's trying to convince himself that it's warm. Because 43 is not warm. Because he kept saying it. Like he's got the heat on in his car right now, like, bruh, it's warm. Out in these streets.
Definitely not warm. Definitely not warm.
No, definitely not. But yeah, I did not know Sexy Back said all that.
I did. I just didn't think too much about it.
Honestly, I feel that Timberland gave him the okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can sing it, bro.
I wrote these bars, or Missy Elliott did, and was just like, you good. And we were ride die with JT, right? Until the Janet Jackson thing. And now if he was to do the same thing, it's like, hold on, player.
Oh yeah, nowadays if you say something about some whips and chains or some shit, nah, that ain't
fucked up.
That ain't gonna go.
Nah.
That ain't gonna go.
Nope.
I can't think of any, like, things are just vulgar, right? Not necessarily like the subject matter is beyond vulgarity and like sex and raunchy behaviors or murdering people. So I can't think of anything that the ancestors would just be like, nah, shame on you.
Nah, I know.
Like you have to sing Lift Every Voice and sing as the only way to get back in their good graces.
Well, I will say, not my ancestors, but like, if certain songs came out nowadays, they would definitely be canceled. I know that. And those songs I used to sing all the time, like Magic Stick, Whisper, maybe David Banner, workout plan. Like there was just inappropriate. Even skeet, skeet, skeet. Goodness gracious. We used to sing about skeeting on the windows to the
And the
walls,
walls.
to the sweat drip off these balls. I'm sorry, what? Skeet,
Oh.
skeet, skeet.
Well, I'm gonna break some news live and get into the show. I'm just gonna share the screen one time so you can see it for yourself. See that?
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that.
I didn't know that he was indicted, becoming the first former US president charged with a crime. So it's about to get interesting in America here.
Yeah.
That can go a lot of different ways. And since it showed up on my page in a red bar, I just thought it was breaking news because I'm not checking for the news unless it's something I can make fun of. And I don't know if I can necessarily make fun of Trump being indicted, because that, as we learned before, this will come back to bite us in the ass.
Yeah.
You say Trump too loud, things get different. Things get different. So I would say the Whisper song though, because it says, "Where do you see my?" Like, I think that is the one that's just like your ancestors are like, what?
Or even the magic stick.
Not is it worse than "Wait till you see my dick"?
I feel like most dudes have said that. No one's ever said, let me show you my magic stick.
But I think the innuendo plays more into the poetry of music.
Maybe.
Where do you see my dick is like, that's like the dude waiting for you in a dark alley that's flashing people opening his jacket. Like
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
what that is. That is, he's
That whole
flashing and running
era
away.
was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can't think of anything. I feel like maybe my era listening to 3-6 Mafia, they might be like, you was ratchet. Even like, slob on my knob, like corn on the cob. Check in with me.
But it's
Hey,
still
do your job.
it's still
Lay
some
on the
poetry
bed.
to it,
Hey.
right?
No, it is.
It's
It is.
poetry. It's not just straight up in your face
Chicken,
vulgarity.
chicken head,
Poetry.
ball head, scallywag.
Ain't got no hair in the back. Like that is poetry. Not great poetry, but it's still a sonnet.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, that part where it says my gas tank is always on E, I used to rap that joint. I'm like, yo, my gas tank on E like shit.
That was a
Did not
story you
care.
knew. You could relate.
Oh yeah, no, bro. I hate filling up my gas. Like, I really wish there was a way where I could just press a button and it just fills me up. I feel like
Tesla.
it's a transfer of energy, right? Like
Tesla, you're just talking about electric vehicles.
nah, but it's not electric. I need like a solar power joint or something.
Solar powered. Okay.
Yeah, where I could just like press a button, solar panel flips, and it just starts charging as I drive. Like, let me get that.
We should have been had that though. That feels
Yeah,
like
that
something
seems
we should have
right.
been done.
Yeah, I mean, like, let me just, just how like a sunroof, like slides back. I press a button as I'm driving. It just starts soaking up the sun as I'm driving. You see it like like how you keep a phone plugged in overnight.
Mhm, mhm.
Same concept. It just starts charging as you're driving. It just
I feels you, son.
Yeah,
I
it'd just be
feels you.
bad if it's raining. Then you'd be just shit out of luck.
I feel some sort of way when I'm pumping gas. And I'm like, this pump's slow.
Bruh.
It's like I have an expectancy around how fast it should be pumping gas.
I'll
I
say
shouldn't be standing out here
no.
for 4 minutes.
Especially when it's like
Three
that
and less.
bone chilling cold. And I swear, like, you'll be out there for 20 minutes pumping gas, and like the wind will hit you 1,000 times. And you be like, yo, I ain't never felt this much wind in my life, bro. This is hostility. Mother Nature don't fuck with me right now.
You know what it is.
Racism.
Racism.
Yeah, there it is.
It's always racism. It's
It
always
always
the answer.
is. Always is.
Speaking of racism, are you ready to get into your judgment for this week, sir?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First article. Zebra. This is this is in Ohio.
Sure. They already had the cocaine leopard,
cougar or whatever.
Sugar.
Well,
cougar.
this zebra might have been on something as well, because this zebra bites Ohio man's arm before deputy puts animal down. A man was taken to the hospital Sunday afternoon after a zebra attacked him in Pickaway County, Ohio. According to an incident report from Pickaway County Sheriff's Office, deputies, they were sent around 5:30 p.m. to a fenced-in field after reports of a man was seriously injured by a zebra he owned. As deputies arrived, they saw the victim lying on the ground with his right arm covered with his sleeve. According to the incident report, dispatch log said the victim had his arm bitten off by a zebra.
Bitten off? That's different from bitten. Okay. All right. That's gangster.
However, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office confirmed that the man was being treated at the Grant Medical Center and will not lose his arm. When I first read the article 2 weeks ago, his arm was bitten off, but I guess they've updated it since. So
That's
Nigel,
good.
So Nigel, what do you rate the zebra that damn near bit a man's arm off in Ohio?
You know, shooting bail for the zebra.
Okay.
The guy ain't shit. First off, why you own a zebra?
Yes. Same question.
It's like me owning like a lion, and I mean, like, I can't believe he mauled me. And like, bruh, like there's certain animals even dogs trip out, right? And they're supposed to be man's best friend. The zebra, I don't even know what a zebra eats, but apparently it's human. Like, I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it
This is
tastes
like
for redneck.
no, look.
It tastes for red meat that day.
No, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. In the past 3 years, I've heard about 4 different zebras doing wild shit. They are an unknown factor, okay? Madagascar did not do them justice. They are wild animals. Leave them alone. And why do you own a fucking zebra in Ohio? Your priorities are all fucked up.
Seems that way, and the zebra wanted to let him know.
Yo,
So,
bit your arm. Like, bruh, first off, what are you doing when he get the bite of you? And then when he just yar right through it?
I feel like he was, tugging and wiggling and stuff. Like,
then you need some milk. You got some weak ligaments and shit, bro.
I don't know, man.
Telling me?
I mean, a zebra's a horse, so I don't know about weak ligaments.
I don't know either. Like, I mean, I guess I got a long neck. Is it strong? Is it a strong neck? Like,
I imagine.
Bruh.
But
and like, imagine too, cause I don't know what horses, I don't know what zebras make, but can you imagine him just neighing at you as he's fucking ripping your arm off?
Yeah, I don't think of zebras as anything other than like display pieces. Like, they're just like,
they're racist horses. That's what they are. Black and white.
Racist horses.
Yeah, they're just black and white. They're either black and white stripes or white with black stripes.
Yeah, I don't think of a zebra doing anything other than just like being practiced for a lion. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like there in the Serengeti, or lions just eat them. That's it.
This is my only thought process, and you're right. They're in Africa. And he probably was mad that he was in Ohio. That's what it was. But then my other thought process is, remember that chewing gum back in the day, Stripes?
Yes.
It's the mascot. It's the grandson of the mascot, right? He's used to this lavish life, and somehow he wound up in Ohio, and he is mad. I didn't get raised in a nice family to be in fucking Ohio. And he ripped a man's arm off. He's like, you've been chewing on my product for a minute, I'm gonna chew on yours.
Yeah, that's a story to tell. That is a story to tell. I also think this is a story to tell. OnlyFans model with millions of followers sues ex-boyfriend for over $6 billion in revenge porn lawsuit.
Oh, you stupid.
A Florida OnlyFans model is suing her ex-boyfriend for billions of dollars in a revenge porn lawsuit for allegedly taking control of her social media accounts and posting sexually explicit content without her consent. Michaela Saravia, 25, is suing her 27-year-old ex-boyfriend Nicholas Hunter for $6.3 billion after she says they ended a volatile 5-year relationship in October, and he took control of her social media accounts and posted explicit content of her without her consent. The South Florida Sun Sentinel reported on Saturday. Sarah Via's Twitter account has more than 600,000 followers, and her Instagram page is followed by more than 8 million users. Both accounts contain numerous sexually suggestive videos and photos promoting Sarah Via's OnlyFans account. Sir Nigel, what do you think of this $6.3 billion lawsuit for leaked content after a breakup?
So I have a couple of viewpoints. If in fact she was unaware that he was posting these content and he was doing it, he ain't shit. And she deserves all that money. Like you girl, I mean, it's very grandiose. And usually you go ahead and go that crazy amount so that way you can get the number you want. However, with social media being so prevalent in today's society and everyone knowing and following, one sexy photo, you would have gotten a text message. Like if I posted on my Instagram like a booty pic, I would get a photo like, "You okay, dog?" Like, what's going on? Like, you good? Take that shit down. Like, I know, like, so she already had OnlyFans. She already had this content out. My thought is that she's now regretting it and she's trying to have it out. But if he did, in fact, do revenge porn, which is despicable, then he deserves it. So, depends, I guess. But
So-
I will say, more than likely, he ain't shit. I'm going to go with that one.
I'm going to go with they both ain't shit because I don't know of the timeline around when they broke up. It says October.
Yeah.
I've seen content from this couple plenty of times over the past few years on the internet, and not just like the safe for work stuff. I'm talking the OnlyFans material. So they were in this together.
Oh,
So,
well then, then she ain't
like
shit.
he's
Like,
the co-star.
If
He's
I'm
the
in it
cameraman
as well, I can
He's the
put
cameraman.
that out there too. Like, because you got me out there, I'm gonna put you out there.
Like they are boo loving and doing whatever.
Yeah, no.
Plenty of places before.
And that's the
Plenty of
problem
months.
too.
Made
Like-
money, had a lifestyle, doing it together. However,
Actually, yeah, actually, I want to go heavier on her actually at this point because you already have OnlyFans. You already were doing stuff. Not saying it's justified, but you already are out there. So that it's kind of harder to kind of say, I'm it's revenge porn, which it may be, but you already have a lot of content out there. So like it's kind of hard to be like your reputation was ruined because you already have your shit out there.
yeah, she is all over Reddit and Spank Bang, and like they made content. That's what they do. That's how
Yeah,
they
of
made their
course.
money. And maybe he did steal the account. Maybe he did continue to post things.
Yeah, but I just feel that wouldn't have lasted more than like 2-3 days without her noticing.
Or because it's so much of it, she had no way of knowing. You know what I mean? Like it's just
That's on her for not being poor management of her product.
their product because they did it together. But
Yes, but I'm just
I don't know.
saying, like honestly, too, like you got that type of content. Like, why aren't you changing your passwords immediately?
That's where the legality comes in, right?
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, of course they need to get his phone and have access to it, but there's no way to. I mean, they could scrub his computers, but if he went to, let's say, like a cafe and did it there, I mean, they could pull up the IP stuff.
It
they
was
could track
probably
it.
on multiple devices because they're both
Exactly
in the
so
stuff.
like,
So he
so, I
was
mean,
logged
like,
in.
and
Yeah.
even like they had pulled the logs. And then even then, it's got to show that he's uploaded the content. And then even then, like you said, if he's in it, like he has rights to it too. So it's like, yeah, that's why you just don't date junks like that OnlyFans and do that wild stuff.
I mean, he's a joint with an OnlyFans too. So they are in this together.
No, I was talking about both. That's why you just
Wow.
don't deal with people with OnlyFans.
Would you deal with a young lady if she had over 100 venomous snakes, an alligator, and a dead body in her house?
How dead is the dead body?
Well, this was in Beaver County,
Of course.
Pennsylvania. Over 150 snakes, including more than 100 venomous, and an alligator were discovered in a Beaver County home on Tuesday.
Yeah, okay.
According to Penn Live, police were called to the scene after receiving reports of an unconscious man. But upon arrival, they found the body of a 23-year-old man who was pronounced dead. Although the cause of death has not been disclosed, officials have revealed that the man had a snake bite mark. Further investigation led to the discovery of an extensive collection of snakes and the alligator in the Aliquippa home. Child Protective Services were notified of the situation, but the child is still living. What? Oh, I'm sorry. According to reports, 4 adults were living in the house along with a 3-year-old girl. The group had recently moved to the area with intentions of selling the reptiles at shows and online. Child Protective Services were notified of the situation, but the child is still living with her family at this time. The reptiles have been transferred to a pet store that works with Beaver County Humane Society. It has been revealed that the owners of the snakes could face fines up to $1,000 per venomous snake.
Yeah.
Sir Nigel, what do you think of the house with over 100 venomous snakes, an alligator, and a dead body?
Ain't shit. Like, it totally ain't shit. But you know what I have in my mind, right? You said 4 adults. I imagine this 26-year-old gentleman who died is dating one of the women that are living in this house, right? The little kid watching SpongeBob or something, and he's like, yo, fuck this. We're watching the game. And then she just started and then like summoned the snakes to kill this boy. And that's why they didn't know he was dead, because the kid took him out. Because it was like, you turned SpongeBob and little Lola don't play that, okay? And she took him out. It was a hit.
It was a hit.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It seems more comical. The only when you first asked would I date somebody like that, my first thought in my mind was just so I could say all the time, there's so many motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking, straight Samuel L. Jackson.
These motherfucking snakes.
Yeah.
Off my motherfucking couch.
But then beyond that, they ain't shit. I mean, why? They clearly are doing some illegal shit. I get that you want to make money, but they clearly probably don't have the facilities to keep all these snakes in where they need to be. There's a dead body, which means I can only imagine. You remember like in Indiana Jones when he entered the temple and it was like, why does it seem like the floor is moving? That's how many snakes they probably have.
Yeah.
So it was so many that it was just over top of the body and they just didn't know. And it's like, that's a problem, because if snakes come up to my kneecap, that's too many snakes. I shouldn't wade in the snakes.
No, definitely not. Definitely
No?
not.
Okay.
I don't understand why anyone wants to sell poisonous snakes.
No.
You want to collect them and catch them like Pokemon, and you want to trade and sell these? What?
The thing is, a lot of them look so much alike too. So it's like, oh, this one's not venomous. It is.
I'm sure they knew. Like they
all
picked
of them.
These. Listen, bro, they had 100 of them on type. That was just the venomous snakes. They had over 150 snakes. 50 of them was just regular snakes, and they had 100 venomous ones. There's no way they were just out back finding snakes. Like they bartered to get these snakes.
Right.
So that they can sell them.
You're probably right.
150. What? Can you even buy a venomous snake out of a pet store?
Good question. I have no idea.
I don't think you can, because it's just like,
it's probably where that zebra got bought and that fucking cocaine leopard. It came from Ohio. That's where
that's where every
random
evil animal.
I'm gonna go type in Ohio unicorn. I bet you I probably can find one. Hold on, let me see. No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna find one. Maybe
you might find a rhino though.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let me find out. I can get her. There is an immersive unicorn world coming to Ohio. Okay. All right. Well,
you were right.
That's all I needed. Apparently there are.
The answer is always Ohio. If you're looking for something, just go to Ohio. It's there.
Go to Ohio, you'll find it.
This couple isn't in Ohio, but meet the couple who opened their 11-year marriage to a divorced father so they could grow emotionally and sexually. I'm going to share my screen so you can see the picture of the couple.
Okay.
Can you guess who the plus one is?
Yeah. Oh, Derek.
Kim, 37, and Dustin, 42, have been married for 11 years and opened up their marriage last year. On Seeking Brother Husband, they show their relationship with Vincent, who dates Kim, but not Dustin. They said opening their relationship has been challenging, mainly because others judged them. Kim loves Dustin, her husband, and Vincent, her boyfriend. And that's exactly why she wants to find another partner.
She get greedy now, bitch.
A year ago, Kim and Dustin decided to open their marriage specifically in search of another man. When Kim fell in love with Vincent, whom she met through a mutual friend, they, along with her husband, decided to become a family unit. Their grade school age children play together. Dustin and Vincent have become friends. Kim has a sexual relationship with both men. And their stories to be featured on a TLC series, Seeking Brother Husbands, where married women seek to date and marry in addition to their first husbands. On the show, partners grapple with jealousy, confused and unsupportive family members, and lots of uncomfortable conversations about polyamory. Sir Nigel, what do you think of Kim and her husband?
She ain't shit.
And their brother, I'm sorry, Kim, her husband, and their brother husband.
No, she ain't shit. The husband ain't shit. Well, gentle judgment. I feel like he's weak. And then my man Vincent, kudos, bro. He's winning.
Well, actually, the article goes on because she wants to bring in someone else. And the husband's okay with it. Vincent's not. Vincent is the one that has some conflict.
Well, because Vincent's winning right now. Like, I mean, he's not married. He's just pretty much a side joint for the most part. And it's like, well, you want another dude? Nah, I'm good. I bet you the dynamic right now is he probably is the alpha amongst the two of them, right? And he's like, a third one, I gotta reassert. Like, I don't want to do all that. He's like, I'm good. I'm good with this, but anything else, nah. I feel like, I mean, I know there's people out there, but I feel like it's more leaning towards a certain group of people that are into this type of setup.
I mean, white people?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the setup we saw is a white couple and Vincent, the black
man. I feel like Vincent's like, nah, I'm cool with this, but anything else, no. And in fact, she's like, I'm in love with Vincent. Like, no, I'm whatever, bitch.
Like you love his dick. It's just
yeah, no, he is slinging that joint left and right. And my main man, the husband, looked like he stoned out of his mind, yo. Like
he's just like, whatever makes her happy.
Yeah,
just go to work, bump that. Pay the bills.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now, they ain't never flying in my household. Hey, I think we should. No, I always think of it too. Like after you brought it up that one time, long time ago, there's victors and victims, and this gentleman is a victim.
Yeah,
because I don't know how you pitch that and when. Because I know that no guy could. I mean, well, there are some guys out there, but it's very few where you could be like, you know what, things are kind of boring. I think we should add another woman who's better looking than you.
Yeah, that's never gonna fly. Ever.
Not really. Like you almost, and if it does, you probably got other stuff going on at that, but you probably just tired of hiding it. Like you just like, look, we're gonna put this out in the open.
The way I look at it in most situations, it works is because like all parties are interested in the other person. Like you bring in another woman, the guy likes the woman, the girl likes the woman. You bring in another guy, the guy likes the guy, the woman likes the guy. But in this instance, it's just like the woman is having her cake and gets to eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact is looking for another slice of cake.
Yeah,
that one's just that's different.
At this point.
I mean, that's just different. And she wears the pants in this relationship.
Oh, definitely.
She's got the biggest balls of them all. Kudos to her. I guess whatever tickles their pickle.
Even look at the photo, man. This man looked like I mean, Vincent is towering over this man.
Yes,
and it's like if I went for that photo and they were like, "Yeah, you can have a seat," no, the fuck I won't. Like I am standing up. I'm standing on this stool. I'll tell you that right now. You're not gonna have me sitting down, my wife standing, and then her black boyfriend standing up. Like he looks like a child sitting there, yo. No.
Yeah, the optics of it weren't necessarily in the husband's favor.
No, because honestly, it looks like it looks like she had a kid out of another marriage, and Vincent done stepped up.
Yeah, he stepped in. He's the stepdaddy.
Yeah, he's stepdaddy, but no. Anyway,
speaking of kids, San Diego teen disabled after taking legal high salvia, then jumping out of a fifth floor window. A San Diego teenager is now severely disabled after he jumped out of a fifth floor hotel window while high on salvia, a legal drug. He took the drug to feel something from another world. Salvia, a legal drink that can be smoked. What? A legal drink that can be smoked is available in most brick and mortar stores in California. They said I had a 15% chance of surviving when I entered the hospital, Taylor told the station. In total, he suffered fractures to his pelvis, sternum, wrist, ribs, and feet. Taylor's body is held together by 62 pieces of hardware. Experts say that sage, which is a part of the mint family, acts on the brain in a similar way to LSD. The highs do not last long, but are more intense. The drug is banned in 29 states as well as Guam. So here's my question. Whoever wrote this, they changed the word so many times. They didn't explain anything. Salvia is now a legal drink that can be smoked. What? How do you smoke a drink?
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then they said sage. Like, what does sage have to do with anything? I am confusion. But Sir Nigel, what do you rate the kid that got high and jumped out of a 5th floor window because he wanted to feel something out of this world?
I'm gonna say I guess he ain't shit, man. I feel like when you do shit like this, you need to do it with people. So that way you don't do shit like jump out of a 5-story window. But who's to say he wasn't with people, right? Like maybe they encouraged him to jump out the fucking window.
How do you get out of a hotel window?
So he probably was by himself doing some shit that he shouldn't have been doing. And honestly, like I feel like if you're gonna do I feel like if I ever did like cocaine or heroin or LSD, right? I would lock myself in a basement and just wouldn't come out. Like I would make sure I was as grounded as I could and can't leave my premises. Like I understand there's certain, hallucinogens and stuff like that. Like if I see a dragon, I don't want to go try to fight him and it turns out it's a bus. Like you know what I mean? Like, or, oh shit, that's a zebra. No, it isn't. It's just a big bitch in a
striped shirt. Got it.
In a striped shirt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. Like, I want to be isolated. Like, I would want to be like by myself, safe, like almost like a Final Destination type of vibe. I need to be isolated where nothing can hurt me, and I can't hurt myself. Like, oh, the bot fell. Fuck, I'm about to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I need to be like, I'm not gonna go on like a fucking a rooftop and be like, all right, let me hit this LSD, because you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Like you're gonna be like, oh, you know what? I can fly. No, you can't. And now you're fucked up.
You never get the TSA really open up though. Do hotels windows really open up where you can get out?
He probably jumped out that jump. I feel like they do that on purpose, so that way
so you won't jump, because people rent a room easy and just commit suicide.
Commit suicide.
Yeah,
I feel like I've never been in one that open, so I can only assume.
I mean, they crack, so he would have to like force that motherfucker to get out of it.
Well, I mean, he was on Sylvia. I mean, he probably got Hercules strength and shit. Yeah,
motherfucker could leap buildings in a single bound.
Well,
on the way down, though, it might be different.
Well, he probably bounced.
Yo, yeah.
He bounced.
He landed on his feet though. He landed on his feet because he broke his feet, his legs, his pelvis.
Yeah, but
his wrist.
He bounced. Like, I mean,
he crumpled like a crash test dummy.
Yeah, like a slinky and shit. Like this man,
yeah,
fuck this whole shit up.
Speaking of fucking some shit up, 21-year-old pregnant woman slain while trying to rob people in Belmont.
Oh yeah, well, she deserved it.
A 21-year-old woman is dead after being shot while trying to rob people inside a car in Belmont Cragen neighborhood Monday. This is in Chicago. Chicago police said the woman entered the vehicle on the 5200 block of West Montana Street at Laramie Avenue around 1 p.m. in a robbery attempt. She was inside the car when she was shot in the shoulder, back, and hand. The video shows the woman was then thrown into the intersection. Then people came to help her before police arrived. The woman was taken to some medical center where she was pronounced dead. A friend of the victim told CBS 2 the woman was 7 months pregnant with her first child. Family and close friends identified the woman as 21-year-old Genesis Escobar. My heart is broken in pieces, says Iris Alvarez. She was also 7 months pregnant with a baby girl. Iris Alvarez said Escobar came to visit Alvarez's daughter around 1 p.m. She texted my daughter and told my daughter, please help me, I'm in trouble. But my daughter was sleeping. Alvarez and her daughter were woken by 4 gunshots. When they checked in to see what was going on, they were stunned. They looked out the window and seen that the vehicle, someone opened the driver door, walked around the vehicle, pulled the body out, and drove off before dumping the woman on the ground. Witnesses says the driver pulled out cash, then threw a bunch of money on top of her. Sir Nigel, what do you have to say around what is your judgment of the woman who was 21 and was shot dead while she was trying to rob people, who in turn then threw the money she was trying to take on top of her?
So let me rephrase this article.
Okay.
Murder capital. A murder. What is it? The city? Murder city? What's Chicago known as?
Whatever.
Murder capital. 21-year-old fucks around, finds out. Like, I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, if all places, it's like me trying to do it on like MLK. I know better. Like, Bama's is gonna clap back. If I'm gonna do it, I need to leave the state. Go to Kentucky. You might have a better shot. And I'm sorry, but you know, if you 7 months pregnant, I'm assuming the baby daddy is gone, jail, or missing. Who knows? But come on now, like, you robbing people 7 months pregnant? What are you doing? That's just like that woman. I guess a couple of weeks ago, who spit in the woman's face. I'm sorry, you gotta die. And that person was like, look, you know what? You're gonna try to rob me? Cool. Shot her, threw her out, and was like, you need money? Here, bitch. And took her car. God damn. I can only assume, and my first thought when I heard that part was, that's the baby daddy right there. It was like, oh, I'm gonna take you for child support. Oh, are you? And scene.
Here's the money you're gonna take me down for. $300. All yours.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised.
That is the ultimate disrespect. Throwing the money, like, yo, damn.
Because imagine, she probably was
Ain't no
still
love.
alive too, right?
Mhm.
So you still alive, and all of a sudden you hear, oh, did that motherfucker just throw money at me?
You know, he balled it up and throw it at her.
I'd be
Like,
so
so it hurt.
mad, yo. So mad. I'd be like, yo, no, I'd have to like try to crawl back up, throw the baby at him or something. I'd be like, yo, you did not just do that shit to me. Dog, no, you fucked up. You doing it in the wrong place. Not saying it would have been right any other way. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, if you're gonna try to do some shit like that, but you're not even mobile. You got swollen ankles. You trying to get,
you're gonna be waddling away to get away from the scene.
And you was lazy with it too. Drive up, give me your money. I'm just gonna walk that way. Like, you can't. I mean, like, you know what? I'm just gonna zigzag. I'm just gonna cut through this tree over here, and you're not gonna be able to follow me because you're on the fucking road. So good day. Yeah, she ain't shit. I mean, well, she wasn't shit because she's dead. So
she gone now.
Yeah, she gone. But you know, honestly, and I guess in the other, I'm gonna dive deep hard into this.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like she would have been a good mom. So good riddance.
Like, you saved the world some trouble.
Yep, thank you. Because you know, that's the same motherfucker that was gonna probably steal some shit out my yard later on in life. So good day.
Good day.
And goodbye.
Good day. Speaking of making babies, scientists create mice with 2 fathers after making eggs from male cells.
Okay, so this is where the zombies come from. Cool.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Scientists have created mice with 2 biological fathers by generating eggs from male cells, a development that opens up radical new possibilities for reproduction. The advance could ultimately pave the way for treatment for severe forms of infertility, as well as raising the tantalizing prospect of same-sex couples being able to have a biological child together in the future. This is the first case of making robust mammal oocytes from male cells. I don't know what the oocytes is, oocytes, from male cells, said God damn it, Katsuhiko Hayashi,
Of course, I had to be somebody. Okay.
who led the work at Kyushu University in Japan and is internationally renowned as a pioneer in the field of lab-grown eggs and sperm. Sir Nigel, what do you rate the mice grown from the cells of male mice that now laid eggs, not laid eggs, but created eggs, and now we have boy mice?
I hate all of this. Like, why are we doing this? Like,
Fertilization, man, and fertilization.
bump that,
People want families.
Bump that. No. I hate this. They ain't shit. Whoever that professor is or doctor or whatever, fuck him. Like, don't do this. And don't get me wrong, like I'm all for people like it, having been able to have kids, that's awesome. But I just worry that it's not gonna come out right. This is literally like us playing God at this point. Like, that's not meant to be. And that thing, like, I mean, again, I'm not homophobic or anything like that, but this is gonna have ramifications in the future. Like, I just, like, remember that movie with X-Men where the guy started melting and shit? Like, I just imagine something like that where it's like, this kid turns 16 and all of a sudden his cells just like be like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I'm tired. I wasn't supposed to be here this long anyway. And you just become a puddle of water or cells on just stem cells just fucking on the ground and shit. Like, I just like, no, because everything that man made, like, I mean, even just off of like vegan cheese and shit, like, I mean, just stuff like that, like, bruh, no, don't do this.
Okay.
I just
I'll
don't.
make sure to tell
Don't do this.
Tashi, I know I got his name wrong, but I'll make sure to reach out to him by email from
Tell
don'tjudgeme@gmail.com.
I don't want this.
We don't want this.
Mm-mm.
But do you want this, sir? God damn it. Timed it wrong, but do you want this?
No. Power of the sun. Get the fuck out of here.
Sunny D unleashes power of the sun and alcohol in a new beverage. Sunny D, the orange flavored drink product that has been a staple of childhood treats for decades, is joining the flavored hard seltzer craze sweeping the nation's trendy bars and brunch pads. Sunny D vodka seltzer is for discerning party beverage connoisseur who does not want to drink a sugary, vaguely fruit-flavored drink unless it contains a strong splash of alcohol. Sunny D is a powerful brand, the most boldly unique orange drink on the planet. Eileen Bergenfeld, Chief Marketing Officer of Harvest Hill Beverage Company, said in a news release, consumers are passionate about this iconic brand, rooted in nostalgia, but with a taste that resonates today. Many have told us that they enjoy Sunny D as a mixer and ask for this product.
No. Now, Ricky just said they need to stop with these seltzers, and she is 100% correct. I agree. I think they're just trying to ride this bandwagon. No one in the history of the universe has ever been like, let me get a vodka and Sunny D. Never, ever. There's no drink. Let me get some Henny and Sunny D, please. That shit too thick.
So I think this one's kind of dangerous because it's Sunny D, and that's a product that is primarily advertised to kids, teenagers, whatever. Like, this, it's not like what is it? Not Mike's Hard Lemonade, but the other lemonade, the Simply lemonade mixers or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not advertised to kids. That's just a drink. Sunny D commercials come on Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network. Like, you don't air these commercials for Sunny D at any other time.
No.
This is dangerous. I don't like it. And Sunny D is like drinking like transmission fluid. Like, who the fuck wants that?
No.
In an alcoholic beverage. Like, I feel like it's gonna make the hangover worse because it's Sunny D.
And not to even mention, like, they never made a product like this before either. So it's probably just thrown together. Like, I feel like they didn't spend that much R&D on it. It was just like, hey, let's do a seltzer drink and let's just try to make it kind of taste. I feel like it's gonna be like the LaCroix of Sunny D. Like it's gonna be like, they have a seltzer and they just kind of put Sunny D next to it, and that's the drink. Like it's like, is that Sunny D? Like I can't even tell. They're probably just gonna have a whole rack of yellow dye number 5 just infused into the seltzer drink, and you're gonna be like, this kind of tastes like childhood, maybe. But it's not gonna be
childhood if my parents beat me every day.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it tastes like.
That's what it sounds like. Yep. I'd be more inclined to try a Topeka seltzer.
What's the difference at this point? What's the difference?
Both of them thick. I don't know. I feel like Topeka used to just slap harder. I don't know. Maybe because of the jug it came in. It just came in a gallon.
You used to be able to get those bad boys for $1.
Yo,
a gallon of Topeka
like
for $1.
Topeka just didn't give a fuck. That's why I think I bangs with them, because Sunny D being that nice little like cylinder. Like it's like, oh, we kind of care about our product. Topeka was like, yo, we found some empty milk jugs and we washed them out. Here you go.
I feel like Topeka and Fabuloso were made on the same product line.
Yeah,
and then
it's
just
like
conveyor belts right next to each other.
Yeah, like somebody mixed up and was like, oh yeah, we're gonna make a purple drink, and it's like, wait, this is a cleaner? Fuck it,
fuck it.
Let's go.
Just pour more in there.
Yeah, just whatever, it doesn't matter. Fuck it, shit.
Just what it is.
It is what it is.
Now that's a hard seltzer. That is a hard seltzer.
Yeah.
So in West Virginia, do you think they drink more Topeka or Sunny D?
Probably Sunny D, I feel.
Sunny D. Well, also in West Virginia, a child marriage ban bill was defeated in the West Virginia House, meaning that children can still get married in West Virginia. A bill that would have prohibited minors from getting married in West Virginia was defeated Wednesday night in a legislative committee. The Republican-dominated Senate Judiciary Committee rejected the bill on a 9-8 vote a week after it passed the House delegates. The vote came shortly after the bill's main sponsor, Democratic Delegate Kayla Young of Kanawha County, testified briefly before the committee. She said that since 2000, there have been more than 3,600 marriages in the state involving one or more children. Currently, children can marry as young as 16 in West Virginia with parental consent. Anyone younger than that also must get a judge's waiver. For now, there will be no floor for the age of marriage in West Virginia, endangering our kids, Young wrote on Twitter. In a rebuke, Cable County Democratic Senator Mike Wolf reminded the committee after the vote of Wednesday, it was International Women's Day. Some of the bill's opponents have argued that teenage marriages are a part of life in West Virginia. Sir Nigel, what do you rate the child marriage bill ban defeated in West Virginia?
No, throw that whole state away, man. Throw that whole state away. Who the fuck is like, yo, kids should be able to get married? Like no one should.
That's the way it's always been.
No one should be on board with that. Like, when as we as a society now giving kids so much rights to be able to do whatever the fuck they want? Like,
well, apparently they've always had the rights in West Virginia.
Yeah, no, they need to revoke that shit. There's gonna be like a 5-year-old, like, yo, you my boo thing. Let me get married to you. I'll get a tattoo when we turn 18.
No, they just get permission slips to get tattoos. They ain't got to get.
This is so.
They just get a note
so
sign.
Ridiculous show.
So I have a West Virginia story for you, but it happened here in Glen Burnie yesterday.
Okay.
Driving down the road. I don't know if you know much about Glen Burnie, but West Virginia is the best way to put it.
Okay.
Glen Burnie is an annex to West Virginia in some parts of it. Driving down the road at a stoplight. To the left of me is this weird intersection that cuts through 2 lanes or something. And there's a truck, a white old Ford pickup truck, rusted on the bottom, that kind of old truck.
Mm-hmm.
Had flagpoles sticking out of the back. One of the poles had the Blue Lives Matter flag.
Mm-hmm.
The other flag was the stars and bars. It was blue square, 13 stars in a circle, red square, white square, red square. And I'm just like, of course, the people driving the truck were in like overalls and chewing tobacco and had
okay. They really are doubled down. Okay.
It was just like, That's what we are. Yeah, it's just like that's what we
Yeah.
are. Like that is clearly a Confederate flag endorsing the police at the same time. And it's just like, nah, that's not how that works. That's not how it should work, but it is how it works.
Yeah.
And all I could do was stare like this is 2023 in a smallish metropolitan, but here we go. I'm not in foreign land. This fucking a Lidl is across the street. A Burlington Coat Factory is down the road next to our high school. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just Chinese food place, Confederate flag, with the old stars and bars, with the 13 stars in a circle. And I'm just like, yeah, like I'm not scared. I'm not worried. There's nothing like that. But it's just like, yeah, that's an endorsement of the police because that's where we are. And it's been a while since I had anything negative to say about the police. That was more the 2021 J Del Negro. But that one was just like, if I was a police officer, I would just pull him over, like, take that shit down. Take one or the other down.
Yeah.
Because you're making us look bad.
Yeah, not too much.
You making us look bad, player. And that was my West Virginia story of the day.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so rare to see a Confederate flag, right? And then when you see it in public and Blue Lives Matter, and it's like, and a rusted truck, it's like, boy, let me make sure we're not in a lonely parking lot at Walmart together because you're going to get me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So this is my last story of the day, sir.
Cool.
College girl racked up $500,000 in fraudulent purchases while working at a Burlington mall.
Okay.
A local college student is under arrest for racking up over $500,000 worth of fraudulent charges in a credit card scheme she had been running since February, authorities allege. Ariel Foster of Boston was charged with larceny over $1,200. Burlington police say during the month of February, Foster was using an elaborate credit card scheme at her place of work in Burlington Mall, Lovisa, to fund lavish purchases. Lovisa is a jewelry store. On 3 separate occasions, Foster would scan items from the store and increase their price, according to officials. The cost of the expensive item was then allegedly refunded to her credit card, where investigators found 8 transactions for a total company loss of $547,187. Police say between February 2nd and February 22nd, Foster bought a $35,000 Tesla, made nearly $6,000 worth of transaction to Delta Airlines, and bought almost $5,000 worth of Louis Vuitton purchases and spent more than $20,000 for a hotel in Maui using the credit card scheme. After serving a subpoena to Foster's financial institutions, authorities found that these expensive refund transactions stemming from a Lovisa America LLC. A search warrant was executed at her dorm at LaSalle University on Wednesday, where she was taken into custody without incident. Sir Nigel, what do you rate Ariel Foster for running up a scheme in 20 days off of 3 transactions for over $500,000?
That bitch gangster, yo. She ain't shit. I mean, like, it's so funny when people do this type of stuff, and it's like, you really think you're original? Like, people have done this before and gotten caught. Like, unless you are money laundering or actually the owner of the business, you can kind of like maybe hide it a little bit. You're gonna get hit. Like, if anything, like even the credit card company is gonna be like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like, you know, and this just seems weird. Like, and even as like me, like if I come in there and I spend, this is crazy that this is expensive furniture, shit. Let's say you charge $10,000 and I see like a refund and recharge. I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?" I'm gonna call. Like, I don't understand. Like, bro, like you doing too much. You're doing too much. And then, if anything, if you're gonna do all that, you need to leave the country permanently. Like, bye.
500 grand, 20 days.
No, that's impressive.
That's not impressive. That's crazy.
That's
she didn't test the water. She was like, nah.
No, she dove right. Whoever taught her it ain't shit either, because someone showed her.
Oh yeah, someone showed her how to do this.
And then she just went ham.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, every once in a while I'll get like a couple $100 for myself. And then she was like, word, $500,000. And I bet you that person was like,
transactions. Like, she ain't easing to this at all. She was like, nah, we running through this.
Yeah.
We are Ezekiel Elliott straight down the middle.
Yeah.
We going to pound town.
and then spent all of it too, like quick, like bro, like I mean, even with the joint hitting your account, like with like let's say you did it on the second, it probably didn't hit your account to like the 10th, right? That means within like a 2-week time frame, you spent all that money. That's crazy.
Nuts. Nuts. And of course, Ariel Foster was Black and probably one of the only few Black students at her school. Because, you know.
Yeah, but like again, like you got this job and you just went, like you so crazy, yo.
Redonkulous.
Redonkulous.
But the charge is only for larceny over $1,200. So it's just like, it feels like they're going to give her a slap on the wrist. Like she's going to go to jail.
Probably. Yeah, probably. But still,
larceny
like, I
over
mean,
$1,200, like that's the charge. This feels grand. 500,000 to 1,200 just feels grand. It's like it's a big space, a swath of information. It just
it also helps that I guess she didn't technically steal the product, right? Like she was just finessing it, so it's technically just all.
Larceny is theft. So she stole it.
No, she did. But I mean, I'm trying to like stretch it, but like, yeah, no, she should SLL, bro.
Yeah, she brought a lot of heat for no. She should have tried for like 500. At least for a month, you know what I mean? Just skate through, see what happens.
Like one comma, maybe like $1,000. But 500, $500,000? Sweet shit.
She charged back that Amex like, yo. Amex was like, the fuck?
Bro, I remember like I used to get like a $10 tip sometimes if I was doing delivery, and I'd be like, I'm coming up. But I wouldn't. Like 500,000? Shit, I'd never do that. That just is. I would be so scared, like I mean, like mortified that like FBI is just gonna kick in my door and just get me. Like I just feel like I'm doing way too much at that point. Like someone's gonna arrest me and embarrass the shit out of me. Like I know it because I know I'm gonna get caught.
Yeah,
Mr. Taylor?
Not me. Exactly.
like nope. That's just wild. She crazy.
You gonna put any money in her books because baby girl gonna be locked away for quite some time.
Nah. She dumb crazy. See, I mean, I don't mind a crazy jump. You gotta at least have some sense. You can't be dumb. I hate a dumb crazy giant. They be swearing they be smart as shit. They be like, yeah, I was stealing time. You know they know that shit, right? Like all they was doing is letting you have enough rope to hang yourself. Like you didn't get away with it for months. They were just building a case. Like they caught you day one. They knew it. You dumb. You ain't slick. Even that. Probably right after that, they were like, "Oh fuck," and then realized the guy for 500. They're like, "Oh, we gotta shut this shit down."
Yeah, I don't know what kind of credit card works where you can, like, credit cards have limits, right? So they gave her a credit card with a $500,000 limit. Like, what the fuck? Like, how did she put so much money back on a credit card?
I'm only assuming that. Yeah, I don't even know how she did. I don't even know how she did that. Only thing I could think is that. So a lot of like times with POS systems, you can charge someone, right? And then when you do the refund, it will say, "Do you want it back on the same card?" Right? In which case you say no, and you put up the new card. So I'm assuming that POS system, which is an outdated system, because most new systems default they just go back to the card you charged it on, right? Or you could get a cash out, but those cash outs they gotta cut you a check, and it usually takes like 2 weeks. So my assumption is, no, she pretty much charged this person $200,000. The card went through. She then refunded it to her card, but still charged them the amount that was supposed to be charged. And then, you know what probably happened? A dude probably came in there. She probably looked like something. Probably was trying to get in her drawers. Was probably bragging about how he got all this money. And she got the card and went ham. And then knew that he had a crazy limit. And then went from there.
Well, she won't be going much of anywhere in the immediate future.
Nah.
Well, that was all I had to judge this week, sir.
Cool.
Well, I almost forgot my part. Where is my screen? Here we go. Thank you to the members of the jury for experiencing those proceedings with us. All actions have been arraigned correctly, and our judgment is the law of this land. Now, if you want to provide different input or even share an agreement with what has been presented before you, please do so in one or all of the following manners. Send an email to don'tjudgepod@gmail.com or hit the hotline at 410-834-1562. Or reach out to the Honorable Sir Nigel on WhatsApp at Don't Judge Me Podcast. My closing statement, I just like to say, enjoy life, do whatever you want with that life, just as long as you don't judge me for judging you.
Yep. And I remind you guys about our Instagram and Twitter at Don't Judge Pod. Slide on through, give us a comment, send some tick pics, whatever in case, whatever. I will say, I had a thought the other day. Why is it that karate is the only thing that's based off a belt, right? You know, you're a black belt, you gangster, right? But imagine if I'm like a pimp, do I get a belt? Or if I'm good at cooking, do I get a black belt? Like, I want to show off. I want people to know I'm vicious out here in these streets. So think about that. Maybe we need to come up with a belt system.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we come up with it. Mm-hmm.
We got a belt system for whatever fuck we want. Levels and stages come with belts. From here
I like
on
it.
out.
We're gonna come up with a system next week.
Tune in. It's all you, player. It's all you.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, come up with belts. I think pimp should get gloves though. Backhand.
Something, but you get bedazzled ones if you're a true pimp.
Yeah,
right?
true pimp. True pimp goes up to
true pimp, bedazzled.
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you a white belt, it's like, oh, you a rookie in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
Black belt, oh, you know your shit. 7-degree black belt, well, let me not fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, same for anything else, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I don't know. I got swag. I cook or I clean.
Swag, that's a good one. I got swag. Fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Belts.
Oh, you a yellow belt? Okay, all right. Well, you ain't. Oh, he probably cheat on me. Now look at his belt. He only got a green belt. He ain't green belt. He ain't cheating on you.
Yeah, there you go.
He ain't got no bitches.
Yeah. I called my homeboy the other day and I asked him. He's got a son that's about as close in age to my oldest son, and I was like, "Yo, you ever worry your son won't get no bitches?" and he just kind of sort of started laughing. But that's a concern as a parent, worrying about your kid. Like, what if my kids don't get no bitches? And not bitches as in like to demean women, just the fact of having them is just like they bitches. They get bitches. Like it's just bitches.
Let me tell you, I seen this meme once. It was like one of my biggest fears. And it resonated with me. One of my biggest fears is to have a kid that's not funny. Because then he's like, I refuse to be fake laughing in my own house. And I was just like, yeah, I can see it. Like, I give you credit, oh, you drew me as something shitty. Okay, you know what? I can't draw for either. You're saying we in the same boat. Thank you for thinking of me. I'll put it on the wall, right? But it's another thing to be like, hey, daddy.
Waka, waka, waka.
Waka, waka, waka. Shut your dumb ass up. Now, given, I like corny, silly jokes. Did I tell you the chicken one? The wait, actually, I think did I send you? I might have sent it to you.
I don't know.
Why was the chicken funny?
Nah, why was the chicken funny?
Because. So my son tell me that. All right, little nigga, we good. But if he do some like knock knock, and I'd be like nah.
nah.
Cuz. Like, I mean, even like, I got a dark sense of humor, right? So like, that's when he come out with some like, Daddy, that's not funny. Daddy, we can't joke about that. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I don't know. I just that's one of my biggest fears. And so I can understand the concern, right? It'd be like, you got your grand, like, let's say you're 7 years old, your son's 40-year-old virgin, and you're like, come on, son, I need you to at least get some cheeks or something.
You've been on a date once.
Like, come on, man.
Just you and your dog, huh?
Yeah. Like,
terrible.
You got a bird and a dog. Oh, okay, all right. We need you to. You say
No, I don't want to hear about your air fry, nigga. Tell me about the bitches. Like the fuck.
Daddy, meet Nico. No, the fuck. No, the fuck you didn't. No, you didn't bring Nico into this. See,
So
yeah, that I'd be mortified, Joe. Mortified.
So next week you're gonna bring the belts into discussion.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with some
All right.
sort of tiered system.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that, sir. But until
Yeah.
then,